What's up, everyone? I'm Melissa Elise, and you're watching Melissa Elise TV. Welcome to my Billions Season 3, Episode 11 review, Kompenso. Another killer episode this week with plenty to talk about, so let's jump in. The episode begins again this week with the focus on Chuck and the Southern District's mission to take down Jeffcott. Unfortunately for them, they've already hit a bump in the road and can't substantiate Cutler's testimony. Their only witness willing to testify of the illegal dealings between the Jeffcott family and the cable company. But Chuck tells them to keep looking for someone within the cable company that they might be able to crack. Ira returns this week, and I swear this poor guy can't catch a break. He's married now, and he and Chuck regret their falling out, but seem to be able to call it even. However, Ira's new wife, Tyga, is milking him dry with her new yoga business. Chuck doesn't buy it though and brings back another familiar face, Pete Decker, to look into Tyga. And they discover that she's giving Ira's money to a boyfriend, and the two of them are about to close on a very expensive apartment. But of course, Ira already knew most of this and is clinging to the hope that Tyga will get this fling out of her system and come home. Well, in the end she does, but Chuck helps her get there by putting a strong lien on the boyfriend to give back all of Ira's money, and then having Tyga sign a prenup entitling her to $50,000 for every year she stayed in the marriage. So Chuck really wanted Tyga to sign the prenup and then tell Ira she was leaving him with her $50K. But then Chuck Sr. comes in with his advice, basically telling her to play the good wife and get tested. And I will say that I liked Sr. for a minute with that uncivil line, but then he started talking about breaking in wives, and I went right back to loathing him. While Chuck played the hero for Ira, it's actually Ira that helps Chuck out by giving him the idea to let the worst happen with Jeffcott. The worst being Jeffcott finding out about their investigation into his brother. So instead of trying to avoid it, the Southern District, along with the help of the Attorney General for New York State, planned to invite Jock's wrath by baiting him into doing something illegal, like using his power to stop an investigation. Things are also starting to take shape with Taylor and their now solo quant, whom they tasked with building an algorithm that's ready to be pitched to investors. There is a question here of what investors would be investing in, or rather whom, but we'll come back to that. In the forefront of this episode is Comp Day at Axe Capital, which has Axe kind of spinning out as he has to pay his guys out of his own money this year, and he has to go out looking for more investors like he was starting from the bottom again. Trader evaluations begin with Taylor, but they don't end well as they ask for more than Axe is willing to give, and the face-off begins. Taylor leaves the office, but Wendy follows and promises to take up their plea for forward momentum with Axe. She does her best to persuade him to take Taylor seriously as a partner and include them on the Rays team. But then she also calls in reinforcements in the form of Lara, asking her to talk to Axe not just as his former secret weapon, but as the largest single investor in Axe Capital. Reluctantly, Lara agrees and takes up Taylor's defense, convincing Axe to give them more than he wants to, but less than they ask for, which is exactly what he does and puts Taylor back on the Rays team. But I'm not really sure any of it matters to them, especially since now we get a peek at their hand and what they plan to do with the completed algorithm and the investor they plan to start with. As kind of a side note in this episode, Brian jumps at an opportunity to help Jeffcott look into pretty much anyone trying to undermine his agenda. And he pays a visit to Oliver Dake, and the two of them rehash their zeal to stop Chuck. There's a lot I liked about this episode. First of all, Axe's interactions with his guys during the evaluations were so funny, especially Ari's. Like Wags said, we got the full senior Roberto. And then I love that he gave Wendy back her profits from the ice juice trade and doubled them. And then Wags, who is great in every episode, but his face with those magazines was so cute. And I will give Chuck props this week for the scene with Tyga's boyfriend. I love that he actually laughed when the guy told him he wouldn't use his job like that. Okay, really? And then with Taylor's plan pretty much revealed, I'm excited for next week's season finale. And I have to ask you guys, who do you think's gonna come out on top? My money is still on Axe. I'm nervous, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna find out and he's not gonna let them, get one over on him. But I want to hear from you guys, so let me know what you think in the comment section. That's it for me, but as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more episode reviews.